Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats for the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, get on your feet, get loud and get rowdy for the third general session of the 91st Oregon FFA State Convention. Up first, hailing from the Bend FFA chapter, Holly Sylvie. Coming to you all the way from Adrian FFA, your state reporter, Stacey Feik.
Kick it!
Your state treasurer, the girl with all the money, from the Sutherland FFA chapter, Mackenzie Money Rice. Your state secretary, the king of the cornfield, from the Canby FFA chapter, Devin Neck Attack Thacker! Your state vice president, hailing all the way from the Hermiston FFA chapter at the shores of the Columbia River, Dylan Westfall! El Jefe, the state president, from the Eagle Point FFA chapter, Andrew Gmirkin!
Kick it!
Your state executive secretary, Miss Lee Lech, and your state FFA advisor, Dr. Reynold Gardner.
session hall will come to order. We are now holding the third general session of the 91st Oregon FFA State Convention.
It's going to be Jacqueline Gomez at the very end, so just read.
Marty Plum, thank you for that beautiful rendition of our national anthem. Let's give her another round of applause. Now, this evening's session chair is an avid Disney fanatic, as you'll see by her session, Beyond Your Tower. Oregon FFA, help me welcome to the stage your state treasurer, Mackenzie Price.
All right. Yeah. I always wanted to be a blonde. I know. Some of you may have noticed my long blonde hair or my frying pan. And if you're wondering why, well, it's because I love Rapunzel. Yeah. I mean, the girl is kind, down to earth, and she knows how to let her hair down. As well, Rapunzel is one of my favorite Disney characters, and she kind of stole my man, because as many FFA members know, I kind of have this small obsession with Flynn Rider. I mean, what a guy! Like, come on! Rapunzel's story is centered on a critical decision she makes to leave the tower she's been trapped in for nearly 18 years. Let's watch what happens.
Should I? No. Here I go.
Like Rapunzel, we all have towers of fear that hold us back. They may not be literal towers, but they have just as big of an effect on our lives. Maybe the tower holding us back is fear of not fitting in, or hesitancy to try new things. But Rapunzel understood something we can learn from. That we must see the world and not just through a window. In a way, we can't simply sit and watch life go by out of a tower window. Life begins when we're willing to climb down past towers of fear, reach outside of our comfort zones, and leave behind towers of fear holding us back. And today, we will recognize members who've left behind their towers and reached beyond their comfort zones. We will hear our state prepared speaking results, recognize the hard work of our honorary state degree recipients and our state degree recipients, and we will thank current and future advisors. As well, we will meet the 2018-2019 student teaching cohort and discover our 2019 Stars Over Oregon. Finally, we will hear our state president, Andrew Gmirkin, give his retiring address titled Baby Steps. However, we couldn't recognize any of these individuals without the support of our session sponsor, Kirk Mogg, and our session star partners, the Grange Co-op and Harvest Capital Company. Let's thank them for all they do for the FFA and agriculture with a round of applause. Yeah. At one point or another, all of us will experience fear. But we have a chance to break away from those fears and reach outside of our comfort zones. And life begins when we leave our comfort zones. We should get out there. We must make our own opportunities. We can't let life go by letting fear dictate our choices. We need to take control of our lives by facing our fears. And when we face our fears, life truly begins. So Oregon FFA, reach beyond your tower!
The next individuals joining us on stage are ones that have definitely escaped their towers of fear. These FFA members have put in extra long nights in time to make sure that their speeches are ready for the day that they present. Their messages have been heard by so many in and outside of their communities, and today, with the help of our award sponsor, Oregon State Grange, and star partner, Beaver Coach Sales, we are going to hear from the Advanced Public Speaking Career Development finalist. Let's give our award sponsor and star partner one big round of applause. As the finalists make their way on stage, they will each state their name and chapter and present a brief presentation of their original speech.
My name is Macy Roselle, and I'm from the Pendleton FFA chapter. And on the 8th day, God looked down on his planned paradise and said, I need a caretaker. So God made a farmer. God said, I need somebody willing to wake up before dawn, milk cows, work all day in the field, milk cows again, eat supper, then go to town and stay past midnight at a meeting of the school board. So God made a farmer. A career in agriculture is one that is ever-changing and always requires hard work. More often than not, people choose their careers not to become rich, but for their love of agriculture. Unlike other careers, job stability is never a sure thing, and income can depend on foreign markets, weather, and simple luck. Because of this, our government created a piece of legislation called the Farm Bill to help agriculturists in times of need and uncertainty, and to encourage the next generation to join this aging industry. Yet, like everything else in our nation's capital, politics have taken over and have limited the success of the bill's purpose. Congress needs to change their priorities to implement a farm bill that truly benefits its namesake, farmers and other agriculturists. Thank you.
My name is Kaylee Welters, and I'm from the Sherwood FFA chapter. There are around 9.4 million dairy cattle, 31.7 million beef cattle, 72.9 million hogs, 5.23 million sheep, and finally, 7.2 million horses in the United States. Compare these numbers to the 1,000 board-certified large animal veterinarians and the 1,286 food animal exclusive veterinarians in the United States. With growing population, constant decrease in demand, and decrease in large animal veterinarians, America's farmers and ranchers who depend on veterinarians are lacking aid in achieving superior animal health and productivity. Without access to adequate veterinary care and set amount of federal aid, food animals are at risk for dangerous disease outbreaks that can destroy livestock herds and threaten rural economies. These pressures lie heavily on the shoulders of America's food industry, farmers, and current or future veterinarians alike. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Brianna Kelly, and I'm from the Hood River Valley FFA chapter. Smoke fills the sky as a wall of fire barrels through the ripe wheat towards a local wheat farmer's house, as he and his fellow neighbors and friends desperately try to save his property with nothing but shovels and jugs of water. While these volunteers risked their lives to help their neighbor in need, The nearby city's fire truck was parked on the road, unable to legally help them until the house itself caught on fire. This simple spark off of Highway 197 led to the loss of over 70,000 acres of dryland wheat crop in Wasco and Sherman counties during the summer of 2018, one of the worst fire seasons in history. When rangeland wildfires start, it is not the county or city fire department that rushes to the rescue. Rangeland wildfires are fought by the volunteers that live there and farm the land, due to the legal restrictions that prevent the fire department from being able to help. Thank you.
I'm Cora Clifford from the Rogue River FFA chapter. According to a 2011 estimate by the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization, or FAO, 1/3 of the food produced worldwide never reaches a mouth. Jaw-dropping, especially considering the USDA reports that in 2017, 15 million American households experienced food insecurity, defined as limited or uncertain availability of nutritionally adequate and safe foods. The FAO also estimates we produce enough food waste worldwide to feed 2 billion people. A whopping 40% of American food goes uneaten. To quote the National Resources Defense Council, if the United States went grocery shopping, we would leave the store with 5 bags and drop 2 in the parking lot and leave them there. For each American, we waste 400 pounds of food in 1 year. An average family of 4 spends $1,800 on food they don't eat. In total, that's up to $218 billion the US almost literally throws away each year. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Anna Purcell. I'm from the Sandy FFA chapter. The year is 2050. The population is 9.7 billion. The worldwide demand for food is at its tipping point. Alternative food products stock the shelves in every grocery store and kitchen. Cricket protein bars, red algae salad, and 3D printed food fulfills the demands of the generation. However, most consumers are ignorant to the various food labels placed on these alternative products they are consuming every day. This perception of the future is soon to become reality. Lab-grown meat has become an area of interest since its invention in 2013. It may go from the petri dish to your plate in the near future with you not even being aware of it. Products that are labeled as meat need to be limited to those that are deprived from animal harvest in the traditional manner. The United States Department of Agriculture and the Food and Drug Administration need to label lab-grown meat for what it is, an alternative protein product that is not meat as consumers currently know it. The future of animal agriculture depends on it. Thank you.
I'm Timothy Fairchild from the Perrydale FFA chapter. Take a moment to imagine working in arguably the toughest industry. Waking up at 4 a.m. with the hopes of falling asleep by 11 p.m., all while struggling under mounting societal and governmental restrictions. This is the life of your average farmer. Now imagine doing all of that while struggling with a debilitating disability. This is the reality for nearly 9 million rural Americans. 15.1% of the population in non-metropolitan counties struggles with a disability. These numbers are disheartening, but they're not going anywhere. Today, I will discuss with you the issues facing the disabled agricultural community, why we need to address these issues, and how you and I, alongside government agencies, can assist these hardworking Americans. Thank you.
I'm Gracie Cron from the Sanium Christian FFA chapter. The science is clear. The consumer need is clear. The consumer sentiment is clear. The FDA needs to step up and enforce its standard of identity for dairy terms on food labels. Clear, accurate labeling is a fundamental matter of truth and transparency for all consumers. As an industry, we must come together to fight for accurate labeling laws that protects our product. Milk that my family and dairy farmers across this great nation work so hard to produce every single day is truly nature's most nearly perfect food, and it is worth our while to fight for accurate labeling laws that eliminates misleading propaganda to our consumers. So at the end of the day, I leave it to you. Do you want to consume plant juice produced in a factory, or do you want to drink milk produced by the foster mother of the human race, the dairy cow? Thank you.
My name is Quinn Coomer from the Baker FFA chapter. Imagine you are in your late 50s. You have a net worth of over $545,000, and you are the proud owner of a 434-acre farm, raising corn and wheat. You are the average American farmer. Your operation is growing, and the future looks bright. There is just one question. Who will take over management of your farm in the future? Like most operators, you are aware of this question, but you've pushed it to the back of your mind saying, I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. Fast forward 10 years, and you are in your late 60s. You suddenly realize that you are ready to retire, but you have no plan for transferring management to your heir. You ask yourself, why did I wait? Thank you.
Let's congratulate all of our finalists one more time with a round of applause. This event could not have occurred without the support of our sponsors, Oregon State Grange, and our star partner, Beaver Coach Sales. Let's give them one more round of applause. And now for the results. In fourth place, from Sandy, Anna Purcell. In third place, from Perrydale, Timothy Fairchild. And in second place, from Pendleton, Macy Roselle. And in first place, from the Sandy Christian FFA chapter, Gracie Cron. As they exit the stage, let's give our award recipients and our star partner and session award sponsor one more round of applause.
Through one's FFA experience, there are opportunities to gauge how much a member has been willing to reach outside of their tower. Through hard work, persistence, and dedication, an FFA member can strive to obtain degrees. The following candidates have put in the time and effort to be eligible for the honor of the state FFA degree. Mr. Secretary, what do you have to report in regards to candidates eligible for this degree?
I am pleased to submit the names of 291 candidates who have been selected by the State Executive Committee to receive the State FFA degree.
Our Constitution sets up minimum qualifications which must be met before a candidate is eligible for election to this degree. Mr. Advisor, have you carefully examined and reviewed the records of these candidates?
I have, Mr. President, and have found all candidates fully qualified.
We will now proceed to raise these members to the State FFA degree. Will the state officers please join me on stage, and would the ushers please prepare the candidates?
The state degree is the highest degree that our state association can bestow. Some of you will one day earn the coveted golden key of the American FFA degree. We urge you to maintain the same enthusiasm and dedication that you bring to this ceremony today.
It is a great honor to be nominated for the State FFA degree. It is still a greater honor to be selected for this degree by your fellow members of the Oregon FFA Association.
Your new achievement brings you greater honors as well as additional responsibilities. You have widened the field of your service and influence in the strengthening of agriculture, the most basic industry of our nation.
As state degree recipients, you serve as role models for your future members. Today, we celebrate your dedication as the example for others.
You have been urged to advance toward higher degrees in the FFA. We commend you on your achievement and encourage you as you work towards new and higher achievements both in our organization and in your chosen occupation.
In meeting the requirements for the Green Hand and Chapter FFA degree, you were told that the golden charm of the State FFA degree was awaiting you. The bronze emblem of the Green Hand gave way to the silver emblem of the Chapter FFA degree, which has now evolved into that golden charm. This is symbolic of growth and development in your chosen occupation. May the rare and permanent qualities of the golden emblem be a constant reminder of the strength of your education and the worthiness of your achievement. Therefore, on behalf of the Oregon FFA Association, I confer upon you the State FFA degree with its honors and privileges, and present to you this charm, the emblem of the degree. Will the state officers take their positions to present the degree as the names of the recipients are read?
From Adrian, Kenzie Sorrell, Syra Amaral.
Perfect.
And from Amity, J.D. Stables. From Baker, Brogan Lewis. Justin Eskews. Ronnie Bobo. And Tynan Morrison. From Bend, Chelsea Buman. Janelle Newman. Lizzie LaDuca. Morgan Hoisington. Sarah Lockenmeyer. Tegan Wallace. And Viola Sugan. From Bonanza, Brianna Mestis. Savannah Jennings. From Burns, Olivia Robbins. And Sage Root. From Canby, Edgar Lopez. Johnny Lopez. Kate Peters. And Sierra Burnell. From Cascade, Gracie Terry. Haley Rogers, Kelsey Bryant, and Morgan Zahner. From Central Lynn, Abby Stutzman, Cleara Goracki, and Colton Running, and Dalton Tenbush. Jessica Neal. From Cove, Eliana Hines, Lillian Perry, Riley Overton. From Crater, Avon Lawyer, Hunter Van Sickle, Caitlin Noyes. From Crook County, Cade Casterson and Raquel Middaugh. From Culver, Avery Openlander, Gabe Gibson, Carmen Horit, Lucy Potama, and Paige Roberts. From Dayton, Allison Williams, Anna Tannery, Bethany Leach, Elizabeth Spriggs, Ethan Hawkins, and Grace Adams. From Dallas, Cheyenne Macbeth. From Douglas, Kenneth Holbeck. And from Duper, Sophie Miller. From Eagle Point, Abigail Rodemaker. Avery Schaffler, Haley Millard, Macy Noble, Paige Pesterfield, and Tyler Gifford. From Echo, Garrett Wiggins, Kylie Merstig, Ashley Gentry, Cody Hayes, Tymra Anderson, and from Elkton, Sadie Olson. From Enterprise, Beth Anderson, Carson Miller, Cole Gomes, Ella Anderson, Gracie Neeson, Jacob Falk, Katie Olson, Kaylee Melville, Madison McDowell, Natalie Goldsmith, Riley Masters, Sam Scoffsma, and Sydney Stonebrink. From Grant Union, Cinch Anderson, Ellie Justice. From Harper, Delaney Tuttle. From Henley, Hunter Cox, Caitlin Iverson, and Keikoa Typin. From Hepner, JC Corinne, Jaden Mahonet, Keegan Gibbs, and Matthew Oram. From Hermiston, Adrian Stewart, Isaac Bonifer, Jenna Wallace, Kennedy Baker, Landon Vandehay, Logan Sinor, Mitchell Pimentel, Thomas Wright, and Trevor Horn. From Hillsborough, Hope Stansel and Kristen Felch. From Hood River Valley, Ashley Crowder, Celia Brunn, Chad Munzer, Cody Durham, Gracie Dillingham, Helen McCafferty, Caitlin McNerney, Rachel Mooney, and Sydney Balzer. From Embler, Hutch Wagner, Nicholas Arnaldus. From Ione, Jake Heidemann. From Jefferson, Kayla Bruce. From Jordan Valley, Trevor Fillmore and Zeke Quintero. From Joseph, Austin Sikora, Camille Crenshaw, Elise Tingelstad, Keith Batten, Madison Nelson, and Riley Wilcox. From LeGrand, Amber Schlegel. From Lakeview, Abby Stevens, Olivia Hamrick, Kaylee Krieger, Kara Albertson, and Keenan Sturba. From Lebanon, Ann Nichols, Carrie Cleveland, Hannah Sexton, Josephine Park, Kaylee Kirby, Kennedy Stroop, Lauren Graber, and Wyatt Wilson. From Madras, Amber Simmons, Jensen Comment. From Malala, Emily Mendoza, Emma Andrews, and Natalie Litchfield. From Mount Angel, Cameron Rich, Nick Suing. And from Myrtle Point, Maddie Brown. From North Clackamas, Emily Parks, Erica Bergstrom, Joshua Huff, Logan Martin, Owen Hartson, Shelby Sagibo, Stephen Phillips March, and Victoria Nartker. From Newburgh, Kayla Boyd, Kennedy Rainey. From North Lake, Levi Waldron, Moses Nesser, Ramey Brown, Riley Youngblood, and Roper Bingham. From Nissa, Abigail Walker, Britton Hartley, Frank Oliver, Michaela Kessler, Mayo Castro, Olivia Page, Reese Williams, Samantha Moore, and Wyatt Jensen. From Oakland, Austin Van Houten, Bailey Mast, Ellie Kanagley, Kaylee Simonson, and Megan Baird. From Ontario, Ben Grimaldo, Haylin Miller, Josh Navarrete, Kira Dwyer, Keo Taramura, Natalie Davis, and William Turner. From Pendleton, Destiny Runyon, Emily Paulson, Hunter Blake, and Macy Roselle. From Perrydale, Alyssa Lux, James Babcock, Kendall Moore, Maddie Ford, Michelle Suckafetz, and Spencer Van Burden. From Phoenix, Madison Colbert. From Pine Eagle, Levi McCoy, Madison Morgan, and Tucker Gullick. From Prairie City, Abby Winiger, Carson McKay, Haley Wall, Lucas McKinley, Riley Emmel, and Shaylin Bice. From Redmond, Abby Walker, Allison Golden, Athena Luna, Colton Kolsner, Javier Rivera, and Leslie Aldois. From Riverside, Anthony Rodello, Ashley Price. From Rogue River, Gabriel Tambolini. From Roseburg, Colby Fairbairn. From Sandy, Alejandra Ortega. Robert Gorham. Sydney Schwank. Wyatt Carey. From Santiam Christian, Brant Burkholder. Brooklyn Kuhn. And Gracie Cron. From Sayo, Alyssa Villanueva. Amelia Spieldy, Joe Thomas, Caitlin Kuzma, Caitlin Schumacher, and Macy Bodine. From Sherman County, Isaac McLemore. From Sherwood, Kaylee Welters and Natalie Berry. From Silverton, Abby Hoke. Amanda Stadley. Carly McFall. Chandler Gardner. Colin Standley. Evan Gardner. Floor Nordman. Haley Towery. Kyle Dretcher. Lily Zerbrug. And Patrina Bookite. From South Umpqua, Joseph Orozco. Paige Wheeler. From St. Paul, Karina Rosas. And Tasha Veeman. From Sutherland, Asia Carrillo. Brooklyn Clark. Grace Mateo. Keaton Clarno. And Nolan Carson. From Tillamook, Aria McCarty. Clara Blazer. Dana Hoodenpile. Josh Seals. Kellen Shelley. And Tyler Seals. From Union, Anthony Goodwater. Autumn Daggett. Breezy Stenkamp. Bree Coer. Cheyenne Whipple. Grannon Carrillo. Garrett Ritter. Jamie Baxter. Kylie Bruce. Levi Obendorf. Shane Ritter. Tyler Olson. And William Short. From Vale, Anna Saunders. Clay Sidaway. Fernie Cazales. Mason Rekla. Matthew McBride. And Morgan Hager. From Wallowa, Ashlyn Young. Wyatt Hunt Prince. Zane Hermans. And Zane Mallory. From Weston McEwen, Chloe Davis. Ellie Schiebner. And Jaslyn Whitehorn. From Willamina, Ella Neville. Emily Hembry. From Yamhill Carlton, Hannah Vandewall. And Ryan Burhorst.
Recipients, may you wear your state degree pin with honor. Would the newly designated state degree recipients and all those in the audience who currently hold their state degree please stand and be recognized for your achievement. To reach for the state degree is no small feat. This degree is a peak in one's FFA career. Let your efforts and accomplishments fuel your drive to stretch beyond your tower, and may you continue to reach for success, whether it be your American FFA degree or a stable occupation. Please join me in congratulating our state degree recipients one final time. It is time to recognize individuals who, although are not currently in a blue jacket, have put in time and resources to be recognized for their service and dedication to our organization. Mr. Secretary, will you read the section in the National Constitution which provides for honorary membership?
Honorary membership. Farmers, school superintendents, principals, members of boards of education, chapter advisors, teachers, staff members in agricultural education, business people, and others who are helping to advance agricultural education and the FFA, and who have rendered outstanding service may be elected to honorary membership by a majority vote of the members present at any regular meeting or convention.
Would you please introduce those who are to receive this honor, and will the ushers please present the candidates?
Mr. President, members, and guests, I am pleased to read the following names. Brenda and Barry Broadbent. Brenda and Barry Broadbent have been the 2018-2019 State Officers Team Home Away from Home this past year. They have provided the team with a place to stay at moment's notice, a hot home-cooked meal, and have been a great resource when talking about future careers and college decisions. The Broadbents hold their honorary chapter degrees from SCIO and are involved in the SCIO FFA alumni. They have raised 4 children that have gone through the SCIO Agricultural Education and FFA program. It is with great pleasure that we present Brenda and Barry Broadbent with their honorary Oregon FFA state degrees. Helen Thomas. Although she is not able to be with us tonight, Helen Thomas spends an enormous amount of time volunteering for various organizations that benefit all of the chapters within Malheur County. Helen serves on the Malheur County Fair Board, the Malheur County Junior Livestock Sales Committee, and on the Vail FFA Foundation Board. Due to Helen's various roles, literally hundreds of students from Malheur County and even beyond receive money each year. The amount of selfless time and dedication that she has shown the youth of Malheur County is rare. She is a treasured asset to Malheur County and their FFA programs. Join me in thanking Helen Thomas for all of her hard work and dedication as we present her with her honorary Oregon FFA state degree. Dr. Reynold Gardner. If Oregon were left with only one champion for agricultural education, we would be in great hands with Dr. Reynold Gardner. Before Reynold went to work for the Oregon Department of Education, he served as a high school agricultural science and technology instructor at Junction City from 1996 to 2004. Dr. Gardner currently works, usually behind the scenes, on behalf of agricultural education across the state through his networks and channels at the Department of Education. Reynold serves on numerous operations boards and in various capacities, including the Oregon FFA Board, Oregon FFA Foundation Board, and is the guiding force behind Oregon Team Ag Ed. We thank our Oregon FFA Association State Advisor, Dr. Reynold Gardner, for his many years of service and are proud to present him with his honorary Oregon FFA State degree. Sharon Livingston. Sharon Livingston has shown tremendous support to the FFA programs in the Strawberry Mountain District by generously supporting them both financially and with her time. Countless times she has volunteered to serve as a career development event judge at the chapter, district, and state levels. Sharon is not only active as an FFA volunteer, but also volunteers at the county fair, the Oregon Farm Bureau, and the Oregon Cattlemen's Association by advocating for agriculture and youth. We are pleased to present Ms. Sharon Livingston with her honorary Oregon FFA State degree. Stacey Feik. Stacey has contributed to the success of students throughout Eastern Oregon. As a sales representative for Norco, Stacey regularly visits and supports all programs in the Eastern Oregon District, and more recently has extended his tremendous support of the FFA and agricultural education programs to include programs in Umatilla and Morrow counties. Stacey regularly serves as a career development event judge at the district level in multiple events. He assists with the collection of resources and awards for FFA programs and career development events, and has served as a chaperone at both state and national conventions. It is with great pleasure that we present Stacey Feik with his honorary Oregon FFA State degree.
I welcome you as friends of the FFA. It is my privilege as Sentinel to extend to each of you the symbolic handclasp of friendship and brotherhood.
As reporter, I am pleased to inform you that the FFA is a national youth organization whose purpose is to develop agricultural leaders. Welcome to membership.
Your contribution as a useful citizen in our democracy serves as an example for members to follow. As treasurer, I welcome you to our organization.
The FFA needs counsel and guidance from recognized leaders. It is my pleasure as secretary to add your names to our list of honorary members.
As Vice President, I welcome you to the FFA. I would inform you that our members learn to appreciate the dignity of labor. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom could accomplish much.
On behalf of every member, I wish to say we are proud to have you as honorary members. May this affiliation prove valuable to all. I impress upon you that we look to you for counsel and guidance. It is because of the great respect we have for you that you've been elected to honorary membership. May we always cooperate for the benefit of education, industry, and stewardship. I now confer upon you honorary membership into the Oregon FFA Association. As they exit the stage, together let us congratulate our 2019 honorary state degree recipients.
Rapunzel has a pet chameleon named Pascal. Pascal is the first character in the movie to encourage Rapunzel to leave her tower. Similarly, We all have advisors who help push us beyond our comfort zones. They encourage us to try new things and support us in every step of the journey. For each of us, our advisors were some of the first people to see our potential and take time to invest in our development. They are one of the reasons we are all here, and they have more than earned our gratitude. My teammates and I are now honored to recognize the advisors who have taught us and supported us throughout our time in the FFA organization.
Oregon FFA, I am pleased to introduce you to my advisors, Ms. Tracy Hinkson, Ms. Jamie Brentano, and Mr. Jeff Papke.
Oregon FFA, I'm pleased to introduce to you my advisors, Emma Miller and Anna Marie Chamberlain.
Oregon FFA, I'm pleased to introduce to you my advisor, Mr. Wes Crawford.
Oregon FFA, I am pleased to introduce to you my advisor, Ms. Patty Abel.
Oregon FFA, I am proud to introduce you to my advisors, Alyssa Davies, Brianna Smith, and Leah Smith.
Oregon FFA, I'm pleased to introduce you to my advisors, Mr. Keith Frost, Mr. Curtis North, and Ms. Tracy Hinkson.
As our advisors exit the stage, let's thank them for all their support with a round of applause. When we first meet Rapunzel, we discover she knows how to read, knit, paint, cook, and even do ventriloquy. But to learn even more skills, Rapunzel had to leave her tower behind. Similarly, FFA members learn many skills by engaging in agricultural education. However, FFA members can learn any of those skills without the support of the Oregon Agriculture Teachers Association. This association is comprised of ag teachers who have one common goal: to provide students with great learning environments that will improve student leadership and agricultural literacy. We now have the privilege of meeting the Oregon Agriculture Teachers Association's officer team. Yeah. Serving as president, Dan McNary from Crook County. Our past president, Toby Cade from Joseph. Serving as president-elect, Jeff Papke from Bend. Serving as secretary and treasurer, Chelsea Mansfield from Union. And serving as newsletter editor, Mr. Brandon Groth from Elkton. Let's give them a round of applause for all their support. The individuals standing before us are extremely passionate about teaching agriculture. Their passion for agriculture is so deep that they stay late at work helping students with ag projects, crazily drive minibuses, operate land labs, and sometimes even collect soil on the side of roads. Now that is dedication. Each year, the Oregon Agriculture Teachers Association awards advisors who passionately taught agriculture and reached for excellence. We will now see who this year's recipients are. This year's Program of the Year goes to Union High School. The 2018 Young Teacher of the Year is Miss Nicole Bambino from Rogue River. The Ideas Unlimited Award goes to Mrs. Rachel Swearington from Oakland. Teacher Turn the Key is Brooklyn Brush from Tillamook. The Teacher Mentor of the Year is Mrs. Viviana Gibb from Baker. And last but not least, the 2018 Teacher of the Year from Oakland FFA, Mrs. Rachel Swearington. The next award is presented to ag teachers who demonstrate what it means to reach. Whether it is reaching new goals for their chapter or continually reaching for improvement, they are deserving of recognition. After nominations were taken, 3 individuals were chosen to earn the Teacher's Honorary State degree. Congratulations to Miss Kristi Duyck, Ms. Duyck has been the agricultural instructor at St. Paul High School and has been teaching there for 9 years. Through her passion and case certification, she has articulated her classes with Shemedica and Blue Mountain Community College in horticulture, ag computers, and animal science. St. Paul has had more than 20 students receive their Oregon FFA state degrees. Students earning their state degrees can be contributed to the work that Kristi has done to teach students about SAE opportunities and record keeping, as well as the overall increase in FFA chapter involvement in CDEs and FFA conventions. Ms. Duyck is committed to being a lifetime learner to continually improve her teaching and FFA program. We are happy to award Ms. Kristi Duyck with her honorary Oregon FFA state degree. Cool. Rick Martin. Mr. Rick Martin has been an agricultural science and technology instructor and FFA advisor for 23 years. He currently teaches at Jefferson High School, where he teaches welding, woodshop, agriculture, and greenhouse management. Students have the opportunity to gain college credit in animal science and computers in agriculture. For the past 16 years, Mr. Martin and the Jefferson FFA have run the sheep shearing demonstrations at the Oregon Ag Fest, where FFA students tell the story about the process of sheep shearing to the public, and his students annually go to the local elementary schools to share Oregon Ag in the Classroom lessons. Please help me congratulate Mr. Rick Martin as we present him with his honorary Oregon FFA state degree. Seth Bingham. Mr. Seth Bingham has been a teacher for 18 years, spending 9 of them teaching agriculture. Through regular community-oriented chapter activities, the number of students participating in FFA has risen in North Powder. Mr. Bingham is a strong advocate of agricultural education through program marketing in North Powder and Baker. He has served as a student-teacher mentor, as a member of the Baker County Fair Sales Committee, the North Powder Schools Improvement Program, and the Oregon Cattlemen's Association. We are pleased to present Mr. Seth Bingham with his honorary Oregon FFA state degree. Let's give all these individuals a hand for their commitment to their students. As they exit the stage, let's give all of our advisors one final round of applause. Rapunzel continually reaches to achieve her dreams. Similarly, these next individuals are currently one step closer to reaching their goals. The student teaching cohort is comprised of college students whose ultimate goal is to become ag teachers themselves. On the journey to becoming ag teachers, they have faced many challenges, but reached past them. They deserve great respect for their persistence and dedication to agricultural education. Here to thank the cohort is Dr. Josh Stewart from Oregon State University and Dr. Jeremy Falk from University of Idaho. Help me welcome them with a round of applause. And now, we have the pleasure of meeting the 2018-2019 Student Teachers Cohort. Amanda Servin from Malala, student teaching at Silverton. Callahan Anders from LeGrand, student teaching at Eagle Point. Chelsea Sharp from Hermiston, student teaching at Elgin. Danielle Bull from Damascus, student teaching at Enterprise. Emily Hicks from Middleton, Idaho, student teaching at Ambler. Katie Sotelo from Milton Freewater, student teaching at Harveston. Kira Foster from Albany, student teaching at Redmond. McKenna Hansen from Turlock, California, student teaching at Perrydale. Scott Jacobson from San Diego, California, student teaching at Hebner. Shelby Mason from Cave Junction, student teaching at Phoenix. Trinity Shoden from Sherwood, student teaching at Malala. And Jacqueline Gomez from Imperial, California, student teaching at Lebanon. We are excited about the potential of these student teacher candidates and look forward to the many great things they will do. As they exit the stage, let's give the 2018-2019 student teaching cohort and Dr. Josh Stewart a round of applause. We are thankful for the cooperating teachers who serve as mentors for these teachers. Teaching agriculture is a great profession, and if you are interested in learning more stop by the Teach Ag booth in the career fair or talk to Dr. Josh Stewart or Dr. Jeremy Falk to get your questions answered. Speaking of individuals teaching ag, there is one more amazing group of people we must recognize. Fellow FFA members who have decided to become ag teachers themselves. Let's turn our attention to the screen to discover just who they are. Will all of the advisors in the room please stand? FFA members, look around. All of these individuals standing care about you. They have lots to offer and teach you. Without their dedication to agricultural education, FFA would cease to exist. Advisors, thank you for your dedication to helping students reach past setbacks and achieve more. You are the backbone of our organization. We humbly appreciate all you do. FFA members, take time daily to thank your advisors. They have earned it. Now, Oregon FFA, let's get up on our feet and thank our advisors with the loudest round of applause we've had yet! Thank you. After leaving her tower, Rapunzel learned new skills like dancing and discovering how to braid her extremely long hair. And while they don't learn how to dance or braid, these next members' supervised agricultural experiences have taught them valuable skills. Within FFA, all members are required to have supervised agricultural experience projects. And this next group of individuals have taken their projects to the next level, showing us what it means to continually reach for improvement. Whether these students grow plants, raise livestock, perform work studies, or manage entrepreneurships, their hard work and commitment to their projects is evident. They have some of the most established supervised agricultural experiences throughout the whole state. Let's discover just what accomplishments these students have reached.
To receive a state star in agribusiness, a member has to show outstanding achievement in their agricultural business supervised agricultural experience and have actively participated in the FFA. The State Star in Agribusiness Award is sponsored by Mr. Glenn Goshi of Goshi Farms and Mr. Brent Fetch of Northwest Farm Credit Services. This year's star in agribusiness is Riley Masters of the Enterprise FFA chapter. This year's star in agribusiness began a landscape maintenance business in 2016 and has worked over 500 hours building his businesses. He began his business serving 3 clients and has grown his lawn maintenance business to 26 clients, accumulated over $30,000 of assets, and earned over $16,000. He has gained valuable knowledge about taking care of lawns, use of equipment and spraying weeds, fertilizing, and client management. He has developed his own invoicing system and asset management system to increase efficiency, as well as using social media to widen his clientele base. The winner would like to earn a college degree that helps him run his existing business more efficiently, effectively, and profitably. Congratulations, Riley. The State Star in Agricultural Placement will be presented to the FFA member who has an outstanding placement supervised agricultural experience program. The member's placement experience may be in areas of production agriculture, agribusiness, or directed laboratory that is not agriscience or natural resource based. The State Star in Agricultural Placement Award is sponsored by Crosby Hop Farms and Grange Co-op. The finalists are, from Enterprise, Kaylee Melville. From Crook County, Cade Ostrander. From Eagle Point, Hunter Fallon. From Dayton, Ethan Hawkins. From Hepner, Matthew Oram. From Union, Cinch Anderson. And from Ontario, Valerie Rodriguez. This year's star in agricultural placement is Matthew Oram of the Hepner FFA chapter. This year's star in agricultural placement has worked for a diversified farm where he oversees 350 acres of hay, 5,000 acres of wheat, and manages 120 cow-calf pairs. The winner has worked over 3,700 hours and earned almost $22,000 in 3 years of his project, while learning how to maintain equipment, calculate feed rations, and oversee pasture management. He lists the greatest challenge is keeping machines and personnel up to date with current technology and integration. He also is proud to know the whole process of wheat production, including soil sampling, fertilizer application, spraying, and harvesting. He hopes to attend college and obtain a job that can bring more diversity to his family farm. Congratulations, Matthew. For members to first be considered for a Star Agriscience Award, an FFA member must have earned their state degree or be receiving it the same year. This award is given to the top agricultural science student who is actively engaged in doing their own research or cooperating with other research projects. The State Star Agriscience Award is sponsored by the Oregon FFA alumni and Les Schwab Tires. This year's star in Agriscience is Allison Williams of the Dayton FFA chapter. The winner of the Star in Agriscience oversees the high school agriculture program's tissue culture growing lab. Her responsibilities include making sure all of the equipment is clean and sterile, material organization, mixing nutrient solutions, planting, and transplanting. The total time spent in the tissue culture lab is over 750 hours, and plants successfully grown and transplanted in the school nursery operation. They are grown to maturity and sold to community members. Working in the lab has defined her passion for horticulture. She has continued her passion by competing in the nursery, landscape, and design career development event and hopes to pursue a degree in the same field of her Agriscience project. Congratulations, Allison. For members to be first considered for a Star Farmer Award, an FFA member must have earned their state degree or be receiving it the same year. To receive the honor of a state star in farming, a member must show outstanding achievement in their supervised agricultural experience and have active involvement in the FFA. The State Star Farmer Award is sponsored by Griffin Seed International and Les Schwab Tires. The finalists are from North Powder, Samuel Pointer. From Bend, Sydney Pike. From Eagle Point, Allison Scheffler. From Perrydale, Timothy Fairchild. From Oakland, Ellie Knagley. From Grant Union, Ellie Justice. From Vale, Kayla Wright. And from Canby, Olivia Palacio. This year's Star Farmer is Samuel Pointer of the North Powder FFA chapter. Samuel's supervised agricultural experience consists of a commercial cow-calf herd and registered cattle herd that totals 49 head of mother cattle, as well as a replacement heifer, SAE, to sustain the herd. He earns an average of $18,200 in gross revenue over the 4 years of high school and boasts a net worth of over $78,000. Over the growth of his SAE, Samuel has gained over $31,000 in equity through his efforts. The studentless breeding efficiency, dry matter feed conversation, and weaning weights as learning outcomes that have contributed to his successes. He increased his breeding efficiency by 43%, as well as improved his weaning weights by 80 pounds over the past 2 calf crops by selecting and breeding with bulls with higher performance. Congratulations, Samuel.
In total, Oregon FFA has over 7,000 members who all have supervised agricultural experience projects. And these next individuals have been selected for having some of the most established and the most impressive projects in the state. They are the 4 out of 7,000. These students' passion for ag is evident through their outstanding projects, and now we will congratulate these recipients for their passion. Oregon FFA, let's give it up for our 2019 Stars Over Oregon! State Star in Agriscience, Allison Williams. State Star in Ag Placement, Matthew Oram. State Star in Agricultural Business, Riley Master. And your State Star Farmer, Samuel Pointer. Once again, thank you to all of our sponsors whose assistance makes it possible for us to honor such excellence in agriculture. As they exit the stage, let's thank our sponsors and congratulate our 2019 Stars Over Oregon. The next individuals coming to the podium understand what it means to help their friends reach out of their comfort zones. Please help me welcome Tyler Gifford and Mason Keller to the podium.
I met Andrew my freshman year of high school. At the time, him and I were the only guys on most FFA trips, which meant we were basically forced to become friends, whether I liked it or not. One of my favorite memories of rooming with Andrew was the time we were at the Fresno State Livestock Judging Camp. I was headed to take a shower, and Andrew told me he was going down the hall to talk to someone. I swear I remember hearing him say, "I have a key, so just come get me when you're done." Later, Andrew told me that he dropped his key in the toilet, and before he could pull it out, the automatic flush swallowed it. So with my key locked in the room and Andrew's key somewhere in the sewage system of Fresno, California, we were locked out. Andrew faced some pretty intense roasting from some of the other campers. You might think that after this, he was known as the keycard flusher, but no, he was still known as the kid in black skinny jeans. Because even while judging livestock, Andrew considered black skinny jeans a fashionable choice. Despite all the roasts and nicknames, Andrew never once showed that he was embarrassed and smiled and laughed through the whole thing. No matter what situation he's in, Andrew can always be found with a smile on his face and a willingness to take on whatever's coming his way.
My experience with Andrew began at the Southern Oregon District Leadership Contest in 2015. At this time, he was just a friend of a friend, and I, admittedly, looked at him a little funny when she introduced us. And let me tell you why. From the ground up, he was wearing dull black loafers, black socks that were clearly visible under his black skinny jeans that were approximately 2 to 3 inches too short, a jacket that was about a size or two too big, a big, goofy smile, and a mop of curly brown hair on his head. It wasn't until we both served on the same district officer team that we became close. We went from texting a few times a week about meetings or his pig project to texting multiple times every day. Since then, we've shared countless laughs, car rides, bowling frames, and late-night conversations. From meeting Crazy Dave in the city of Klamath Falls, to spending nights in teepees, and exploring creepy old houses, to judging together on the same 4-H team, being around Andrew always guaranteed to keep things interesting and fun. And over time, he's become one of my very best friends, someone I can share anything with, an incredible leader, and one of the most caring and true humans I have ever had the pleasure to meet. Ladies and gentlemen, my best friend, and your 2018-2019 Oregon FFA State President, Andrew Gmirkin.
To be strong, but getting weaker, carrying the weight of every single day, haven't lost your way, feeling defeated, sat staring, counting spiral patterns on the wall. You wonder if your luck is ever gonna turn around at all. You need a little light to guide the way, waiting on the sun to shine again. You gotta keep your head up high. You gotta keep your head up high. You need a little hope to carry on in the middle of the night when you're alone. You gotta keep your head up high. You gotta keep your head up high. Your bedroom carpet stained with rosé wine, empties left behind the morning after. The distant purr of cars on soaking roads, and the street echoes the noise of laughter. The bottom of a bottle finds you almost every night. You wonder if your life is ever gonna turn out right again. You need a little light to guide the way, waiting on the sun to shine again. You gotta keep your head up high. You gotta keep your head up high. You need a little hope to carry on in the middle of the night when you're alone. You gotta keep your head up high.
That's pretty cute, right? yourself in little itty bitty, and I mean tiny, baby shoes of when you were little. You are surrounded by people standing and walking on their own 2 feet, and little baby you is crouching there like, how the heck can I do that? I got these stubby little legs. When we are born, people around us are just waiting to break out their camera and watch us take our first steps. And of course, wanting to live up to their expectations, we of course try to stand up and walk for the very first time. But as we saw from that video, it isn't always the easiest thing, right? We would fall, trip over ourselves, face plant into hard tile. I did that. And cry like, well, babies. But as we grew up, we never really stopped falling. And I don't mean literally falling and scraping our knee. What I mean is this. We are constantly getting knocked down by circumstances in our life that we have little to no control over. These hard times can bruise us, make us want to seclude ourselves, and even make us want to stop trying to get better. What do you do when difficult times occur in your life? Do you try to overcome it all at once? We need to take the time to fall. Do you try to take it on all by yourself? We need to learn to lean on others. Do you simply stop trying? We need to take steps in the right direction. Maybe in this moment you think this doesn't apply to you, but we have all had or will have difficult circumstances in our life. If you haven't thought about it, I hope you will tonight. We will face difficulties, and we must keep moving forward. Now, do I have any clumsy people in the room? Wow, willing to admit it and everything, perfect. Now, walking is hard enough if you're one of those clumsy people, but also people who just yelled for being clumsy. Have you ever tried roller skating? So, back in September, Sunday and I had an awesome time developing our roller skating skills with the Sandy FFA chapter. I vividly remember I was trying to make it as fast as I could around the rink while some others were holding hands, trying to balance themselves out. But I remember one guy that just kept falling down. Evan Hageman from Sandy, he was really trying to do his best out there, but he kept falling forward and backwards over and over and over again. Now, Evan knew he probably wasn't going to be a pro skater the second he got in the ring. Instead of trying to convince himself that he was going to stay on his own 2 feet the whole time, Evan took the time to fall. Take the time to fall. Now, roller skating is difficult enough, but imagine doing it a week after you get out of an intensive care unit. Earlier that month, Evan had developed an infection and had to be hospitalized. He went through 2 surgeries, had to be in the ICU for 6 days, and had to have a breathing tube installed. There was a period of time when Evan didn't know if he would fully recover. Fortunately, less than a week into recovery, he was able to return to school and came out roller skating with us after being in the hospital for a total of 11 days. Through his recovery process, Evan knew it was going to take a long time to get back to full health, and he took the time to fall. I think we can all learn a lesson from Evan. When difficult times occur in our life, do we try to take them on all at once? I know I've tried, and I can honestly say I haven't been that successful because, newsflash, we're not invincible. Now, I'm not encouraging us to stay down, but we're going to have a hard time if we have a mentality that we're too strong to fall, that nothing bad could ever happen to us, that we're a superhero that's immune to pain. Know that regardless of whether or not you think difficult times will face you, they will, and it'll hurt. Know you are fully allowed to feel that pain. You are allowed to fall down. When we take the time to fall and are patient with ourselves, then we prepare ourselves to get back up again and walk forward. Now, speaking of walking, one of my most memorable walks was on June 8th, high school graduation. My bright blue gown, clean and wrinkle-free, grad cap angled just right, and my charm tilted to the left. Now, as we started walking towards our seats, we all held on tightly to a white rose in our hand. As we got closer to the stage, we placed this white rose on a table with 3 framed photos. A few weeks prior, actually, 3 of my classmates were headed back to Southern Oregon after spending some time picking out graduation dresses. At about 9:30 p.m., Giselle Montano, Luciana Tellez, and Esmeralda Nava were traveling southbound on I-5 when a driver headed the wrong direction caused a head-on collision. All 3 of the girls' lives were lost in the accident, 20 days before graduation. All 3 of these girls had college plans and scholarships and dreams lined out. All 3 made genuine connections and put a smile on all of our faces. Teachers were somber, and our whole school was devastated. I can't imagine how the parents felt. But we made sure that they could lean on us as a community. Soon after the accident, a candlelight vigil was held. The school credit union set up a memorial fund for funeral expenses. Carl's Jr., Black Rock, Subway, Dutch Bros, 2 wineries, Cold Stone Creamery donating 100% of their proceeds on certain days. GoFundMe starting up, car washes starting, food sales starting, counselors opening their doors to anyone who needs to talk. Nonprofits donating sales and services. Local artist Callum Malone creating these 3 photos to remember Giselle, Luciana, and Esmeralda. We banded together and supported each other. We leaned on each other as a community. When we are faced with devastating pain, loss, grief, sadness, or any difficult challenge, it can sometimes feel like we're all alone. However, know that you do not have to experience these challenges alone. There are other people facing the exact same challenges as you, people in the same exact boat. Are you willing to lean on others? There are people in your life that are willing to listen to you and help you through difficult times, but we need to reach out to them. Who can you reach out to that's close to you? Is it your friends, family, ag teacher, mentor? People care about you. Know that when difficult times occur in our life, we should be willing to lean on others. Unexpected events tend to happen out of the blue. I'm sure we can all remember at least one event that has changed the course of our life forever. Early one morning in October, Abby Graven from Pine Eagle was driving to work. It was a bright and early morning, and as she was rounding a curve, a deer darted out in front of her. Abby tried to swerve out of the way, but ended up rolling her truck multiple times. Shortly after the accident, a family friend drove by and called for help. Abby flatlined multiple times between the life flight and her surgeries. However, after countless surgeries, Abby was finally able to sit in a wheelchair and begin to learn how to function again. Through her hospital time and her recovery time, Abby was willing to take the time to fall. She was willing to have hard days. She allowed herself to cry and feel pain. She leaned on her family, her friends, and even new people during her recovery. Abby also kept moving forward. She kept thinking about the progress that she's making and how much better and stronger she'll be soon. I'm happy to say that on January 11th, Abby was able to make it home, and that deserves to be recognized. When we are faced with unexpected, tragic events, do we simply give in and give up? We can't give up. We will get knocked down, but we cannot stay down. We were made for so much more. When we stay down, we stall, and our difficulties weigh on us. The thought of taking a step forward might be daunting at the time, but know that this step does not have to be huge. If we continually take steps in the right direction, then we can live life moving forward. So, why did I choose to share this with you this evening? Why did I choose to dedicate my retiring address to the idea of taking baby steps and moving forward? Let me be vulnerable with all of you for a moment. The idea of persisting past setbacks is one that's really personal to me because I'm one of the 1 in 5 Americans experiencing mental health issues. It wasn't easy for me experiencing breakdowns, but it was important for me to know that I could take the time to fall and be patient with myself. At first, I kept my mental health a secret, but that made things much more difficult. I began to lean on my friends, my family, and my teammates, and I felt much stronger as a result. Earlier this year, I went to my first therapy appointment, and I'll be honest, it wasn't the most pleasant experience. There were times I felt like not pursuing help anymore. But we all know that not looking for help wouldn't help anything at all. Although I'm still taking steps in the right direction, I know there's much progress to be done. Some of us are facing very real difficulties right now. Some of us have a medical injury that has prevented us from achieving our goals. Some of us come from broken homes. Some of us are struggling with our mental health. Some of us have had someone close to us pass away recently. Some of us are constantly harassed by others. We have all experienced hardships. But know that you do not have to experience them alone. We will face difficulties in our life, and it's important to know what to do when they do occur. You know what's fascinating about falling as a baby? None of us decided to give up. No, when we were born, we were hardwired to get back up and learn how to move forward. Know that when life knocks you down, you are still hardwired to get back up and live life moving forward. Take the time to fall. Learn to lean on others. Take steps in the right direction, even if it's baby steps at a time. Oregon FFA, keep moving forward.
Andrew, if one thing is certain in life, if my mom could adopt you, she would. The impact you have left on our state is bigger than you could imagine. Not only have you impacted the FFA on the FFA level, but within our family as well. I think it was the second time I met you that I heard that from the other state officers that you're pretty good at telling jokes. So I thought I could show up and teach you a few. Boy, was I wrong. I got beat hands down. It's memories like these that you've granted among all FFA members. A thank you is not big enough to say how appreciative we are to have had your leadership as this past year's state FFA president. Thank you, Andrew, for your year of service, and thank you for allowing me to call you my friend.
How often do you meet someone who looks past every outside perception to really see you? Someone with the genuine intention to serve and inspire others. If you spent time with Andrew Gmirkin, I know you've seen his sincerity, enthusiasm, and ability to reach the best parts of people. Cornell University will be getting one heck of an up-for-anything, brilliant, optimistic, face mask-loving guy. Andrew, I can't thank you enough for jumping right into my big, wild family. And thank you from all of us for leading Oregon's big, lively FFA family this year.
Andrew, you may have outgrown your mop of a hair, but you haven't grown out your black jeans yet. Regardless of that, thank you for making each person in this room feel valuable. You've changed some lives today. And thank you for always making FFA members feel very important and seeing them as they are and loving them as they are and doing the same for our team. Big love from the team. Love Holly, Devin, Dylan, Sunday, and Mackenzie. Oregon FFA, your 2018-2019 State President, Andrew Gmirkin! Like Rapunzel, we must choose to leave behind towers holding us back. And like Andrew talked about, move forward past our fears. And today, we saw members who did just that. We heard our state-prepared speaking results, recognized the hard work of our state degree and honorary degree recipients, thanked current and future advisors, and discovered our 2019 Stars Over Oregon. Finally, we heard Andrew Gmirkin's retiring address, teaching us to get back up when we fall. Make sure to come back tomorrow morning for our 4th session, where we will thank our supportive alumni, hear our state sophomore prepared public speaking results, recognize our Ag Youth Awareness recipients, and present National Chapter Awards, Chapter Book Awards, and Agriscience Fair Awards. Finally, we will hear our state sentinel, Holly Sylvie, give her retiring address titled, Your Choice. It's gonna be cool. Life only begins when we reach outside of our comfort zones and leave behind fears holding us back. So now, I ask each of you a question. What's your tower? What's holding you back? Maybe it's fear of judgment, fear of difficult relationships, fear of failure, fear to share our opinions, or fear of being ourselves. The reality is that those things are a part of life, but they do not have to control your life. You get to choose. So now, I ask each of you another question. How are you going to leave that tower behind and keep moving forward? You may be thinking to yourself that it is impossible to overcome that tower. And while I don't know our individual circumstances, I do know this. We have the innate power ingrained in us to overcome fear and struggles. We are meant to succeed. But how can we ever succeed if we have the mindset that we can't overcome fears and struggles? Oregon FFA, believe in yourselves. Test yourselves. If overcoming your fears seems daunting, think of how amazing life could be if you did overcome them. Today can be the day where you change everything, but only if you have the courage to do so. The world is full of so much joy, and we can start experiencing that when we leave our comfort zones. So Oregon FFA, leave your tower!
Mr. Secretary, do you have a record of any further business which should now be transacted?
I do, Mr. President. Come back tomorrow at 2 p.m. to meet our 2019-2020 state officer candidates. Also, a lost debit card with a yawning puppy is here at the Secretary's station. That is all, Mr. President.
Thank you. FFA members, does any member know of any new or unfinished business which should properly come before this session? We are about to adjourn this session of the 91st Oregon FFA State Convention. As we mingle with others, let us be diligent in labor, just in our dealings, courteous to everyone, and above all, honest and fair in the game of life. Fellow members and guests, join me in a salute to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I now declare this session adjourned.